You've been talking about this for weeks, a series of cascading sudden stops, and for America, that reality really hits us in the face this morning.
It does. And let me first start by thanking you and the team for your amazing reporting and for being there for us all. Look, my warning has been economic stops, sudden stops start small, they cascade, and then they reach critical mass. Over the weekend, we reached critical mass globally, and now we have reached critical mass nationally. And that brings the whole economy to a virtual stop. It will start, unfortunately, disrupting more and more relationships. It is something that is necessary because social distancing is the only way to starve this virus from what it needs to spread. So it is, people will rightly put health in front of the economy, but there will be significant economic and financial damage.
Mohamed, we've spent 2 months debating scope and severity. How bad would it get? How wide would it spread? And for me, the big unknown now is longevity. How long will it last? And for me, every single second half call hinges on a pretty uncertain guesstimate about when this mitigation and containment effort will end. Mohamed, how long is too long for this economy?
So first, let me say no one knows for sure, not even the doctors. And this ultimately is a medical issue. It's not an economic issue. So no one knows for sure. And all of us are scrambling to put together a collage that comes from our own experiences, our own contacts, our analysis. So this is really a gut feeling. But it's also important to know the initial conditions. And we're starting from initial condition where the cognitive mindset is not open to what we're going through. Very, very few people understand the economics of sudden stops. Even fewer understand the economics of fear, and we're just starting to understand the economics of circuit breakers. So the analytical underpinning are massively catching up. All this is a long way of saying that I fear, John, that people are still over-optimistic. They're applying old mindsets, old model. They're looking for precision that doesn't exist. This notion that you can predict GDP declines, we simply don't know. There's so much we don't know. But my feel is that consensus, unfortunately, is still too optimistic.
So let's talk about the downside risk and why you think it's too optimistic. We've been talking about continually, you and myself, on air and off air and behind on the phone as well, Mohamed, about what would happen next. And my worry continually has been that the longer this goes on, the more we risk a series of deleveraging, a period of defaults that sticks with us long after this health crisis fades. Is that downside risk, is that your base case now, Mohamed?
It is, unfortunately. People now realize that a recession is likely. I don't say it's likely, it's just likely. It's a done deal. The global economy is going into recession. You just heard Mike McKee. Mike McKee is talking about a massive economic deleveraging. That is what unemployment does. We're seeing supply destruction at the same time. So it's not just demand destruction, but supply destruction. And the big question mark out there is how far will the financial deleveraging go? Because when you get simultaneous economic and financial deleveraging, you need a whole host of circuit breakers. And these are not easy to design on the run. So I fear, again, there are times when you hope your prediction is right, there are times when you hope your prediction is wrong. Here, I hope my prediction is wrong. But I fear that we still are underestimating the depth of this recession that's going to hit the economy and what it's going to do to financial relationships, including a whole host of payments difficulty and defaults.